Room is a persistent library that provides an abstraction layer over SQLite. There are three components in Room, and they are database, entity, and the DAO, standing for Data Access Object. Now, the database contains the database holder and serves as the main access point for the underlying connection to your app's relational data. Now, the entity represents a table within the database. The DAO, Data Access Object, contains the method you would use to access the database. So, methods such as insertion, deletion, querying, such as trying to get a set of elements. All these queries will be in the DAO. So let's say you want to have a database table of shopping items and you want every row of the table to be an instance of a new item. Each row in the database will have an ID, name, and quantity representing the items. What you would do is to create a normal Java class with variables representing the columns. You then annotate the class with @entity symbol. We also tell Android that the ID is the primary key and that it should be auto-generated. We then have our Room DAO class, which would specify how we get values from the database. You don't need to be an SQL expert. We then create a class that is annotated with @database, an abstract class that extends Room database. It would include the list of entities associated with the database within the annotation. It will also contain an abstract method that has 0 arguments, and this will return the class that is annotated with @DAO, that is our DAO class. Now, the app uses the Room database to get the data access object associated with the database, and using that, we can now call the methods that make the queries, either to add a new object, delete, or get. In the next tutorial, we're going to use this to create an application, a shopping application where you can add shopping items and the amount you want, and you can also delete. So, sort of like you want to go to the shop, but you want to write what you intend to buy so that you don't forget. I guess that will be an interesting application. So, let's go.